shit.
Yeah, he's keeping it Afrocentric.
HDG.
Once again, we start with the wrong intro.
The star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the Panther. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. So hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pro's corpse. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyze it with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people start five. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, start five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
There we go. Now we gave y'all what y'all need. Late, just like this episode, we are the Star Five, and I am your boy, the mayor, that DJ named Ace Five, your mom's favorite fat guy, all the way from deepest, darkest Africa. And we are back to recap 2025. Now, normally we do this either at the end of the year or usually first episode of the year. But last week's first episode of the year, we had too much catching up to do, too much playing, getting back together to do, that I think we are settled today, TJ, to finally get this done.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. How are you, brother? And, it was a long time coming, but, we're here now.
Nice.
We're going to put it out all on the table for us to discuss and see in its grandeur. The pretty, the ugly, the good, the bad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm not used to this nighttime shit. I'm a little tired, but, we're going to power through tonight. We're going to power through tonight. Right. I feel weird on this show at night with no cigar in my hand. It's just unorthodox. I feel.
And inside.
I got you.
Right. Oh, I'm inside. I'm never inside. But yeah, I'm good. What's up, Mr. Lisper?
Bye, Eagles. Bye.
I was gonna wait.
It's
wait.
fine.
Okay.
Go ahead. Have at it.
But the NFL playoffs have been great. I mean, all these games have been really good. I'm just having a fun time watching them.
Except for that Patriots game. That Patriots game was ass.
Well, it was fun to watch Herbert running for his life back there. He looked like Eli Manning.
You realize when he can't run. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude can't run for shit.
Yeah, they were like Herbert keeps looking up, he won't run, and I'm like, I think he is running. But yeah, I'm having fun watching the playoffs, and I'm ready to go, man. I feel good tonight. Oh, I guess. Oh, it's
I'm here.
Oh,
He's eating.
I didn't want to be rude, man. I'm here eating nachos and shit.
Yeah, he's eating his pork rinds. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want nobody see him eating his pork rinds. He
got a plate of pig knuckles.
The hot sauce in them shits. He don't want nobody see him eating the hot sauce with the dry.
No pork on my fork. Not that y'all gonna see it. But nah, man, yo, I'm glad to be here tonight. You know what I'm saying, with y'all. You know, get this wrap up going. We got a lot to talk about. You know, we had a lot of good entries, music wise, and a couple good entries, movie wise, whatever. Yeah, a couple good games, man. Watching, see if our boy can get a playoff win tonight for Tyrone, man.
Huh?
You know, so
The only thing good about tonight is that he don't have to get up in the morning to clean his locker out. He can just go and do his shit right after the game's over and take his back ass home. Permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We gonna see, man. We gonna see.
But yeah, Tyrone, funny you mentioned, you started talking about Eagles. I made a TikTok today, as I've been trying to do, and I'm going to try to run this all 365 days of this year as long as I'm breathing. A daily reminder. And today's daily reminder was to the Philadelphia Eagles fans, to where I said, you know what? Any hopes you got left of achieving anything this season? And then I went to a screenshot of Saquon after I rushed for 300 yards with him in Madden. I said, this is going to be the only way that we're going to have any further success in the rest of the 2025-26 season is go pick up your controllers, play Madden, and run your way to the Super Bowl.
Get it out your system. Just get it out your system.
That's it, yo. I like y'all know already. I can't be offended. Now, to start the season, I did pick Washington to win the division. We all know what happened with that. But I did believe that my Eagles was going to at least do this. I didn't expect us to go that far this season. I didn't expect it at all.
Did you expect that? For once, I had the best take. I said the Eagles are going to win the division. The Cowboys are going to be second. Washington was going to decline. And I was absolutely right.
And you were right. You definitely were right. We did.
Finally.
A good recap of 2025 is Tyrone was right.
Too bad he can't start the year off like that, but he finished the year strong. So.
He finished strong. Tyrone was right. Tyrone was right.
But no, I want to ask you a question then. So, the last play of the Eagles season, Smith was on one side, one-on-one. A.J. Brown was on the other side, one-on-one. Goddard was triple covered, and that's where Jalen threw the ball.
Well, it's funny to hear it because I missed it. Rest in peace and condolences to my wife's pastor, Maritza Nelson. I had to attend her services last night, which it felt longer, but it didn't bother me sitting through a Pentecostal Christian service like it used to. And mainly because I had to be there for my wife, because that was her pastor from childhood. Like, she was running into people that she used to run around church with and stuff. So I didn't get to see the game. I know about the aftermath, but I didn't get to see the game. I was following the score while I was in there, following the score until I said, well, we lost. We're out. Oh, well, let me keep driving home. Like, that's how much I cared. Like, I was more focused on making sure my wife's mentals was okay after watching one of her loved ones, saying goodbye to one of her loved ones. You know what I'm saying? I was in tune with that more than what was going on with, trying to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Everybody's talking about A.J. Brown is gone, flipping out on the sidelines. No, Petula is the one that needs to go. The offensive fucking coordinator for this team is the one that needs to go.
The offensive play calling was horrible.
I know
with
it.
All the weapons that team has. How does A.J. Brown only get another touch from the first quarter to like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter? Horrible.
I heard they knew
where Saquon was going. They knew where he was running. They was in the backfield half the night.
I heard he had a lot of drops though.
He dropped 3 catchable
At the end,
balls.
at the end of the game.
Dropped.
At the end of the game, when he should have been catching them. But if you got to cut the man some slack, if he wasn't getting targeted, but once he got targeted twice in the first half, and then don't get targeted again until the fourth quarter.
You don't get.
Yes, he's a professional. He's a professional, and 2 balls hit him directly in the hands, and he should have caught them. Period. But the offense, the play calling was atrocious, bro.
Coming from people who like mediocrity, I'm just gonna say you don't get no slack. When you talk that talk, you gotta walk that walk. He was on that sideline huffing and puffing, talking that gangster shit, and then dropping critical passes, man. So he don't get no slack for that. If he was quiet, if he was humble, I'll let him slide. But to be talking that shit, putting your little post up, your little Facebook shit, all the shit he's been doing all season, and then to argue with the coach on the sideline, and then drop 2 critical passes, no slack.
You know what?
I don't think nobody's giving them slack though. But go ahead.
You know what, TJ? You know what, TJ? You know what it sound like? It sounded like the true winner last night was FanDuel, because he got whoever picked the under. Whoever picked the under on them catches made out like a bandit. Okay?
Oof. It was like, drop one more, please, brother. Please don't catch no more passes over here.
But everybody has times like Stafford dropped one right in Puka's bread basket for a touchdown, and my man just let it go.
Wow.
It happens sometimes, man. I mean, you're not going to catch everything.
True indeed.
It's very rare where a wide receiver catches all his targets in a game. I haven't seen it in a long time. Where it's like 9 targets, 9 catches. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's mad hard to do.
You got that, Benz. You got that one last night. It's all right. Next week you got a problem on your hands in Seattle, but it's all right. But anyway. We're here for 2025. So let's just recap our years personally, Tyrone. Well, actually, we'll start with you, 2025 for you overall.
It was fun, man. It was fun. Got to spend time with my family. Got to spend time with my parents again, in Ghana. Got to spend time with the family. That was the first time we've all been there together. So yeah, man, that was a good time. Holidays was fun. Yeah, man, got hate the sound fucked up. Got a lot of nice presents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Good year though. Good year overall though, man.
The fucked up was only to one person, Tyrone. You're 2025.
Started out great. Got my wife the new Bronco, went on the cruise, and then after the cruise, that shit just fucking plummeted like a roller coaster, man. Jobs getting shut down, me having to do sensitivity training again, 3 strikes almost out. Just all kinds of shit went bad, but I kept it pushing, I kept it moving, and 2026 so far it's looking promising, except for Facebook jail, but I get out of that on March the 1st, and yeah, I'm just not going to talk about crack no more.
I thought they stopped. Well, I can't say they stopped doing that. Maybe if you said Trump and crack, they would have let you slide.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, we already know how TJ don't even talk. He went on 12 vacations.
Right?
Yo, it seemed like TJ was on more vacations than he was work, man.
You know what? People at work were starting to talk about that shit too. It was like, bro, how you just have all this time off? I mean, 2024 was a good year, but I didn't think 2025 was going to be even better than 2024. And I mean, like I know you guys saw the post, whatever, 6 countries and 5 states this year. That was some wild shit, bro.
That's
like
different.
I hit my bucket list trip to Costa Rica for a week. That was amazing. That shit feels like it was last year. That feels like it was. That was only at the beginning of May, but that shit is felt so long ago. But
I want to do Costa Rica too. I want to do Costa Rica.
Well, when you're ready, I got you, brother. Then after Costa Rica, what?
You got him like what? How do you got him? You gonna pay for him to go?
Nah, man.
What do you got?
I will give.
What do you got?
I got advice.
When you ready to go, I got you. What do you got?
Advice. I got advice. Advice. Okay.
He needs the best.
You want somebody. You know what? You want somebody to know at least where to go. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
hot spots, man.
Yeah. I mean, I got offered a lot of coke out there on the beach. You know what I'm saying? I never got offered more coke in my life than in Costa Rica and shit. So that was an experience. But yeah, I mean, Costa Rica, Las Vegas, Cali, Belize, Honduras, Bahamas, Cozumel, DR, Las Vegas for work, New Orleans for a bachelor party. Where else? I think I'm Atlanta for my sister's wedding. It was just I was moving and grooving, sliding and vibing this year. I mean, I've never been to an airport so many times. I've never been on so many flights. It was just phenomenal. I don't even know how I could afford all that shit. I'm not definitely doing that shit again for a while because that shit is expensive and I got other things to focus on. But I mean, it was amazing to travel. I mean, I've definitely conquered half of Central America this year, so I'm not mad about that. I go to Colombia in May for my birthday. But yeah, it was a great year. I have zero complaints.
Good for y'all. I'm happy y'all got to live. Because me, all I did was work. I did more work. I did a lot more work. But because of work, it started a new self-healing journey, if you want to say, for me. Thank you to longtime co-workers and friends of mine for writing me up for situations to put me in fucked up positions to assist in damaging my mental health further. But within doing that, I finally sought out therapy. Within doing that, also, my therapist said I need a psychiatrist, which I still haven't found or booked one yet. I was able to get FMLA coverage, so now I could, I could take a mental health day every week or a mental health incident every week. But yeah, my 2025 has amounted to like what most odd number years do. And they're usually the blah, nothing really happens to me kind of years. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I could brag about. Nope, I'm wrong. I can brag that I have a high school graduate who is also now a college athlete, an 8th grade graduate who is now in high school and going through all the bumps in the road academically as a freshman. She's realizing hard that shit ain't the same.
Yeah.
You got to apply yourself. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only success stories that I have. I think my wife got her master's this year. So that's a success for her, for the household. But for me directly, it was the only highlight was the mental health journey. And I don't know if that was even a highlight. I don't know if that was a highlight. But doing this show has been good. We returned to J1 Con. That's about it. We returned to J1 Con. That could have been better. But 2026 and the things I got plotting for 2026 should make up for all the losses and all the lost time of 2025. Just like me and knowing new music came out, a shit ton of new music came out. But I wasn't in no mental place to want to listen to anybody. Now, I did hear the things I did hear from last year that I definitely. Oh, damn it! I just forgot. Oh no, what was one of them? I forgot. Well, Tyler's album was one of my favorite things that I listened to all of 2025. And then I learned late, but I heard it. Thurston Howell III released an album last year. And I
Oh,
was
I missed
definitely
that
up on
one.
top of that.
I didn't hear that
But
one.
dude, wait till I drop on you. For me, this is for me, shit that I'm mad that missed my radar in 2025. Because I know y'all gonna talk about the good shit that y'all listened to in 2025. But I was scrolling through a list before we started. I didn't notice that Homeboy Sandman dropped an album in January. And if y'all know me, Homeboy
You're a
Sandman
big
is one of
fan.
my fucking favorites.
Yeah.
Cannibal Ox, another group, dropped an annual album in January also. I
Oh, I
couldn't
missed
find
that
it on
one.
streaming, but Cannibal Ox dropped a freaking thing. I saw Brother Ali drop 2 albums. Cool Keith dropped an album in 2025. So yeah, I got some homework to do for 2025 on top of the popular names that I know you're going to mention. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I already showed you my wrap up. As far as Apple Music's version of wrap up. With Daylight, getting the most minutes. Good
that's one I
solid album.
listened to too.
Yeah.
Great way to close
Um,
the year.
everyone gonna talk about the Clips. Clips album was good. Clips album was good. Saba's album with No ID was good. It was a good solid album, man. Y'all should check that out if y'all didn't hear it. Um, I don't know, man. I liked Nas's album. I know y'all gonna have y'all spin on it. I liked it. A lot of people didn't like the beats. I'm like, yo, how much better y'all gonna get than Premiere? And they still a lot of people still had a problem with it on
They
social
stuck in
media.
94, bro. They just stuck in 94 with that bullshit.
Yeah, So I mean, I thought it was a good album, man. But yeah, like I said in the intro, man, it was a good year for albums, man.
Oh, and I forgot to add on the list of shit that came out that I didn't see. There was a Mad Villain demos album of Mad
Yeah,
Villainy that came out, and I didn't
yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Ooh, I missed that.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But go
I'll
ahead,
find that.
TJ.
Surprisingly, because I'm the fourth member of that group, the Bush Babies dropped a fire single out last year. And that was
From
like,
from the bush.
yeah, like I was completely surprised about that. On which Nas album was dope. The Mobb Deep album was fire.
Yeah.
I
You know
did
what I'm
listen to that.
saying?
I forgot.
Raekwon's album was better than Ghostface album, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They both dropped this year, last year. The Clips, of course, really started making waves with their album, and it was the shit for a minute because there was nothing else to compare it to, really. You know what I'm saying? They had their own solo flight with that. You know what I'm saying? They were hot for 4 months.
Slick Rick's album too.
Slick Rick's album was a real Slick Rick album. Like you could tell his fingerprints are all over that. And I wanted more to storytelling, so I wasn't feeling it like that. But he's like a house club dude, and that's what that album was heavy on. You know,
it was a 20-minute album, man, and that's what I didn't like about it. It was too short. I forgot. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Jay Electronica's album. I enjoyed his projects. Also.
You know what
I didn't
though?
listen to that either.
I got confused because he released like 4 joints in like one day, and I didn't know because some of it was his old shit, and I was like, I heard this before, and then some of it was new stuff. So I was like, I just got to sit down with that because I was confused as fuck.
Yeah.
But this was one of the best years of music that we had in a long, long, long time. Like, shout out to Nas for keeping the culture going though. Like his Mass Appeal run was phenomenal. Like what he did was phenomenal. And now you got other older artists wanting to do the same thing. Like I like that. I like that. We don't have just little brother doing grown man rap. You know what I'm saying? Adult contemporary rap anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're the kings of that shit. You know
Even though May the Lord Watch is a fucking masterpiece. I know it didn't come out 2025, but if you need a foundational album for adult contemporary
hip hop,
it's that shit.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Just music in general was really good. I heard some new reggae stuff that I hadn't heard in a minute from artists. R&B, was solid. You know what I'm saying? It was just good all around. I really have no complaints about the music. The only complaint is I can't listen to it the way I used to listen to it anymore, which pisses me off because I usually am a person that's on top of it. I don't have Wiki Ian's ear anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I used to listen to music like that. And I can't. I just
I have a question. I have a question for y'all. And maybe it's just me, man. You remember well, you're younger than me, Dan, but TJ, you remember and Tyrone, when we were younger, you used to know all the lyrics to all the songs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I find
if we were in the same room, I would slap you for such disrespect. Because you just overskipped the dude who, shout outs to my brother Eugene. When you talk about trying to remember lyrics, number one, my homie knew every fucking lyric to all 5 Bone Thugs albums that was out back in them 90s. We were the kids who was running to the library because we might not have had a printer at home to go print the lyrics to Triumph and recite them shits on the back of the bus. Nigga, yes, I remember reciting lyrics. Come on now. Disrespectful.
Listen, first of all, before you had the CDs came with the books that had the lyrics in them. So you started reading
the CDs, the tapes.
Some did.
The tapes.
But
some did. Some did.
I wanted to know the lyrics so bad that I let my tape. I played the tape until it popped. You know what I mean? Like you just play the songs over and over and over, and you like it was like almost like homework, man. You play the tape and you like,
dude, you ain't live until you figured out every lyric the RZA was trying to say in Triumph.
Listen, here's the reason why. Because if you was with your peoples at any time, you had to go bar for bar with the dude spitting. And you didn't want to be that dude who didn't know the words. Okay?
see our video in that bar on the west side of Manhattan doing DeWick.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You do not want to be that dude that didn't know the lyrics.
You know why else I wanted to know the lyrics? I wanted to know the lyrics because nobody was going to tell me that a rapper that I like was corny. You know what I mean? Like when you go to school and you be like, you like a certain rapper and they be like, yo, that nigga corny. I needed to know the lyrics so I could spit some shit right on the spot to say, oh, he corny. Let me show you something. Let me tell you what this, you know what I mean? So I wanted to know the lyrics to defend the rappers that wasn't even giving me no money.
That was the way I felt when I listened to KRS-One. Because he was putting me on to shit. Like, I was a big reader and all that shit, but he explained it in terms that I could understand. And he put that shit so eloquently. Like, my head was just like, do you know when your head explode emoji? That was me every time I heard a KRS-One album. What he did for me in terms of, like, knowledge and just, like, you couldn't tell me shit, bro. I was a scholar because I listened to KRS-One. That's the way I felt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Until we got older, KRS is my number one all time, but we got older and discovered that some of his facts were a little off. But it didn't matter. It didn't matter because it gave you power in that moment.
Chill, man. You ain't gotta be factual in rap. How many niggas was out here rapping about doing shit they ain't do for real? Like you ain't gotta be factual, man.
But not when you call yourself the teacher.
What was we learning? We weren't learning shit, man. We just thought that
Nah,
shit was...
man.
Hey, man, you must learn, man.
Between
Thank
him and Chuck D from Public Enemy, when they would spit, it was just like bars. You know what I'm saying? It was pure bars. So then you got the Nas's coming along. You had the G Raps. You had the Rakims. You know, it's just all... Everybody had a different style, and they said almost the same thing, but they said it in their own unique way. It was just bananas. It was just bananas. And you was like, oh shit, I never thought about that. It would force you to look shit up if you really was into it. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, I need to find this out. And we didn't have computers back then. We didn't have no Google and shit. So if you really wanted to know what he was talking about, you had to break out an encyclopedia or go to the library and do some knowledge. And that's
TJ. It's
do the
like
knowledge,
a TikTok.
bro.
It's like a TikTok I made about a month and a half ago, where I was like, who says my culture doesn't educate? When I'm driving around in Brownsville working, now mind you, I'm working, but I'm driving around in Brownsville and I'm familiar with, every time I pass a street name, I'm remembering the rap line.
Right, exactly.
I'm remembering the rap bar.
Right, yeah.
Oh, he told you how to read a map. Whoop, they do.
Listen, shit, most deaths. You know what I'm saying? When most Def says it's darker than midnight on Broadway and Myrtle, I know where that is because I've been to Broadway and Myrtle.
Right,
and shit, you know
right. And it's actually pretty bright over there because there's enough street lights.
Anyway, my 2025 in music, first of all, I realized the time has passed Slick Rick. I listened to that, and Slick Rick is not, he has not advanced. So I did not really enjoy that album, but it was Slick Rick. It was okay. Nas, yeah, man, you gotta, Nas is working on the beats that ain't popping now. Like, beats didn't hit me right. I was like, because I guess I'm just listening to beats that they doing now, and it's just like, them beats wasn't it. And Nas gotta understand too, like the times have passed him by too. Like you can't just be lyrical now if you want to sell albums, because a lot of the people now want to hear them beats. You know what I mean? So
but Nas is not these people's demographic. He's our demographic.
I was going to say that.
I know he's making music for us, and I appreciate it. And I thought the album was decent, but I'm just like, I still kind of like judge it off of what's going on in music right now. And so,
and that's also been Nas's, you know,
that's his MO.
Yeah. I don't want to say downfall, but since Salam Remy, man, he's been known for picking bad, you know, beats that subpar, you know.
Well,
so.
But the real thing that I find, I like the Clips album, and the thing is, I never was a real De La Soul fan. I wasn't a fan of De La Soul when I was younger, whatever. But this album they put out, I was like, you know, okay, they turned me around. This shit was popping, and I just need y'all to put some respect on Cardi B. That album was fire, dog. I don't care. Like y'all. I know y'all don't want to listen. I know y'all don't care about Cardi B, but I'm just saying, like, we gotta start respecting these women, because Cardi B's album was top notch, bro. And y'all
top notch.
It was top notch.
The thing though, for the words you just said though, is respecting these women. I know personally, me, I respect these women. She don't make music for me, so no, I didn't.
Yeah, it got zero spins in my house, man. I'm not gonna lie.
How do y'all know?
No. I didn't say. I didn't see. You didn't hear me. I didn't say it wasn't top notch.
You said
I
like
just
this.
said no. I said, and I repeat, I respect these women in rap. They didn't make music. They didn't make music for me.
No. Who was it? Who was it that hit the? When I said top notch, who was it that hit the top notch? Who did that?
Who did? Rewind selector.
The one woman I did hear who was nice was Doechii. That was it. That was the only one that I heard.
TJ, did you give Cardi B's album a chance? No, you didn't.
No, I did not.
You should. You just should.
I'm not opposed to listening to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to listening to it. But when am I going to listen to it is the problem. You know?
Yeah.
I could be sitting in the house doing nothing, completely quiet. I'm not going to be like, you know what? I'm doing that Cardi B.
I will admit that I go through extensive. I will admit that I purposely listen to the women rapping. I do purposely go to Glorilla.
Do you like Doechii though?
Yeah, I like Doechii. I purposely went there too, but I will admit that it's like I have to put forth effort. It's not fluid. I have to.
It's more involuntary than voluntary.
Yeah, I have to search.
Because I'll say, like, you mentioned Glorilla. Like, I like her vibe. She just doesn't do nothing for me to want to go seek it out. Now, if a Rhapsody came out last year, I am full target on that album.
She did drop something last year, but
then I'm gonna have to go find it because it went over my head. You know what I'm saying? But like, if a Jean Grey or somebody like that, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get it because I know what I like from them. But I'm not, like TJ said, like personally me, I'm not against listening to Cardi. It's just, are you gonna catch me playing it? So, like, my choice? I just mentioned a whole bunch of artists that skipped me last year. That went right over my head last year.
That's legit.
But
but
respect, but with no disrespect. There's only disrespect for one. And we'll talk about that when we talk about controversial moments.
I mean, the real truth about Glorilla is that she's a hood rat. And I come from the era of hood rats, and I love them. And so every time I see her, I hear her, it takes me back to my childhood of the hood rats. I used to get in my car when I was skipping gym. And so
I like her voice, though. I like Glorilla's voice. And she can flow. Like, she knows how to ride a beat.
Yeah.
So I like it.
And Rhapsody did come out with a couple of singles last year.
Yeah. You like Lotto too?
No?
No?
I do not. I do not enjoy
Ice
Lotto
Spice?
No, man. No, listen. Stop it.
He said hood rat, right?
I mean
we going in.
I like Glorilla. I like Cardi. Doechii's good. And I still like Remy. Remy did some shit with Ghostface and a couple of and she did a couple of singles and stuff like that. I like Remy too, but she that album with her and Fat Joe didn't really do it for me because I think Fat Joe's just corny. I don't like him. So, but Remy spit some fire verses on the album, but Fat Joe, man, I can't rock with boy. Like I don't know what it is.
Fat Joe definitely is just trying to cash a check now. He's not rapping with the same passion he had early in his career. Yeah. So I mean, he's doing podcasts and chilling.
I'm about to say he found his niche, man. The podcaster. He found
that shit.
But he still knows how to make a hit for what's going on in the moment. You know, if I was still about that, then I'd be all over that shit too. But you mentioned Remy. Remy is a part of the controversy of 2025. Now, there's two really, really big ones that we'll get to, but like the whole Remy Papoose divorce, Easy to Block Captain situation, like that was a moment that went all over the place. I know, Tyrone, you kind of covered a bunch of it by way of Clarissa Shields' involvement, but that was just that was like the gossipy controversy within hip-hop spaces, battle rap, of course. Just learning, too, Chrome 23, Remy's League, is going to be no more very soon also, with the long list of other battle rap leagues that are gone. But yeah, that whole drama last year played out for those who paid attention.
Wasn't necessary, though. That was like airing dirty laundry between two people. Like,
pretty much.
Nobody was here for the Remy Pap, dirty talk. Oh, Remy said something. It just didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? They're both
but it hit
same level rappers. They're not like upper echelon rappers.
But
so it's just
it hit if you were in these battle rap spaces.
True.
Because of Easy to Block Captain being involved and all that stuff. And
right. I give you that.
Allegedly Papoose touching him up a couple times and Go ahead, Tyrone.
And
my bad. Go ahead. Oh.
I'm sorry. And TJ, you know, to your point, top tier rappers aren't gonna do stuff like this. You know,
Right.
you're not gonna hear Nas. You'll never hear Nas or Jay-Z or somebody like that. You know, go back and forth. But then again, I mean, you have somebody like a Kanye. He would do something like that. But you know, he's
in a different lane, though.
Right.
He's in a different lane.
Hold on. You said you're not going to hear Nas and Jay-Z go back and forth like that. But it immediately triggered that bar about being all up in Common. You get it?
Hey,
Common.
That ain't the same thing.
They did that. No, it ain't the same, but the bars were exchanged is the point. That's all. The bars
and they were a lot younger. So the maturity level, whatever. I mean, would it happen now?
You know, no shit.
Yeah.
It's just, once again, you know how I like to call back. Let's not act like these eras are that far apart from each other.
No. And Nas, but you know what? Nas had a little beef with Khalees, but he didn't drag it out the way Papoose and Remy are dragging it out. And Khalees
because
didn't throw it out. Different. And Khalees wasn't putting her business out in the streets like that either. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's putting her business out differently.
Yes, she is, sir. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I'm a fan too.
Nas and Khalees beef wasn't really beef. What happened was Khalees was awarded $50,000 a month in child support when Nas was getting it, and Nas didn't put out a couple of albums for a few years, wasn't working, and he's like, yo, I'm not getting it like that no more. She know I'm not working. She don't hear no Nas music. She don't hear no albums, no nothing. I ain't on tour shit. So he's like, why wouldn't she reduce that $50,000 a month, knowing that I'm not making the same money?
Nas took off in all different types of industries and became close to a billionaire.
Well, I think that, listen, the judge said no. So I think Nas went back to work. To be honest with you, $50,000 a month, that ain't nothing to fly at when you ain't putting shit out. So now got the studio, bro. He fucking got busy. But
he was paying more than what a lot of people make in a year.
But, the reason why the Remy Pap thing hit me and why I got invested in it is because these people was black love. You know what I'm saying? Remy was in jail 7 years, and it was the whole, I'm out of jail. Pep held me down the whole time. We black love. They started that whole black love movement, started that black love brand. Mm-hmm. And then to find out that that whole shit was kind of like bullshit. It's like, yo, y'all owe me some brand. I supported. I bought a black love. You know what I mean? I fucking was rocking with y'all. I watched Love and Hip Hop only to see Remy and Pat. Y'all, I invested my time in watching that nut ass show just to see them. And just think about it. When we got a community of black people that live in broken homes, that living with divorces, single mothers, and all that shit, I looked at Remy and Pap and was like, you know, like this is the shit here. This is what we're trying to get to. Making money together, being together, him writing her rhymes, helping her out. It was Team Pap and Remy all day, black love, and then they have it destroyed over Evie the Black. This dude, listen, he's trying to represent Philly, and Philly don't like him. Like this dude,
his last battle. Son, his last battle, everybody was coming out like, yo, you ain't even from Philly.
Right.
Damn.
Wow.
Listen, I claim Will Smith more than I claim this motherfucker right here, right? So have black love be destroyed over Evie the Block Captain, and then to have Remy come out and say, hey, listen, Pat didn't even hold me down like y'all think. So the whole black love was fake. Like the whole
it was a fraud.
Bullshit. That's what fucked me up about it. And then Clarissa dumbass won't be quiet. Clarissa needs to shut the hell up. And she just keep talking, keep putting shit out there. This broad literally put a video out of her shopping at Louis Vuitton, spending $30,000, and then put a video out of her getting Louis Vuitton Christmas presents from Pat. We know you bought that yourself.
I think also on top of the controversy, 2025 let us know. Tyrone let us know he don't like Clarissa Shields.
And see, here's the problem. When she started doing the Olympics and she started coming up, I posted her. I did a podcast. I mentioned her in my podcast. I did a bunch of videos supporting this young lady. And then she went off the rails, dog. She don't know how to humble herself. You know what I'm saying? She talks crazy. She just made a video. Somebody said something about how good black women look without makeup, right? Brought her up, right? And this broad makes a video talking about, yeah, I appreciate y'all talking about how good black women look without makeup, but they not me. They don't have high cheekbones like me. They don't look like me. It's only one me. And then she said, I'm fine as fuck. And I'm looking at her like, do you realize people was calling you Clarence? People calling you Clarence. You ain't fine as fuck. Like, you all right? But read the room, B. Read the room. Like, that girl, yo, she's insane, bro.
You said people will call her what?
Clarence.
Oh, wow.
So, Ty,
God
let me
damn.
ask you this.
She's a little tough in the face.
When you were watching Love and Hip Hop, was Cardi also on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga.
I know it. I like everything about Cardi, bro. I do. And
that's
then she
why
got
you
some
listen to
T6,
Cardi now.
T6, bro. Once she got some T6, I was all in. I was like, yeah, that's what you do when you get money. Fix them things. But Cardi's a vibe, though, bro. She's a vibe for real. Like she seemed like a cool ass chick. She seemed like somebody I would bang with.
She seems like a cool ass chick, but you know, let's be clear. Like people still they're not giving her a pass because she went ahead and got pregnant by someone who his whole team was like, yo, I don't want him fucking with my sister. You know.
Which,
And he on a boat, passing out pink dust. You know what I'm saying?
Stephon Diggs was another controversy last year.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So,
I mean,
I don't know.
Is he better than Offset though?
Well, did Offset play Mike Tyson's Punch Out on his personal shift?
Well, here's
Offset was a lot quieter, at the very least.
Here's my problem with everybody talking about Cardi B getting pregnant by Stephon Diggs. She married Offset. So, like, Offset dude, like, nah. Them Migos, them dudes, I don't know. They not my vibe. Stephon Diggs is a come up from Offset to me. So,
I mean,
for a couple of years,
he was rampant and cheating though. Like the dude couldn't keep it in his pants, bro.
Yeah. And for a couple of years, man, they was talking about Migos is like the best rap group out, period.
Since Wu-Tang or some shit like that.
Yeah, since Wu-Tang, yeah.
Which is blasphemous, but Migos, I could give it up. Migos is definitely a vibe.
They had a run, though. They had a solid run. They had a run, as groups do.
But nothing had a solid run by default. Let's just be clear. What groups was popping and out there when Migos had they run? That's the thing.
No one.
There was no group.
No. Well,
this is a valid argument.
TDE as a label, Odd Future as a group, as a whole crew, like no,
but they would never
out there.
No,
but
it wasn't mainstream.
Right. So I think also now we can say that okay, there's a difference between crews and groups because TDE,
no doubt.
Right, TDE was a crew, but it never came out with any music together.
Right,
it never came out with an album or whatever.
I can argue that when Eminem put together the Slaughterhouse shit, they were way better than Migos, but they never got the commercial pop. You know what I mean? But that's the only group that came out that I'm like, okay, they were good, but they never got that commercial pop. But when Migos was doing their shit commercially, there was no groups to contend with them. So
at the time.
And they were getting played on commercials. They were doing ads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were in TV shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
Quavo was everywhere.
Slaughterhouse, them niggas couldn't stand each other.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
well, that was Joe Budden.
Yeah,
Joe
you
Budden
know?
couldn't stand the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? With
Joe
his
Budden's a real
depressing ass.
dickhead, man.
Yeah. So,
But
but
yeah. I mean,
controversy of last year though. We went all over the place, but controversy of last year though.
Nikki. Again, I hate bringing her up again, man, but yeah, she
finished the year strong.
She finished the year strong. Yeah.
Did she? Oh,
yeah.
did she?
You know, she took the punk way out and shut down on social media because she knew the backlash was gonna be strong, and which is just another reason why I don't respect her. And
well,
yeah,
I heard
she
her
went ahead
IG
and
got shut down a while ago though. I don't
did
think that
not.
she shut it down.
That was false. That was false news. I'm telling you, I follow Nikki. She was on IG. If her IG was shut down, where is she doing these live videos that was on her IG live, bro? That's where
Okay.
So maybe,
we'll set it straight.
So that's a conspiracy theory that she's trying to cover up, and maybe they're trying to. Maybe the barbs are still out there working on the internet to try to act like her shit was shut down before she fucking shut it down. But I was watching Nikki do IG live. And IG Live is live, so you can't be IG Live.
Was it
shut down Jones?
Was it her page? Was a turning point? Okay,
it was her. I sit there. I followed Nicki Minaj for years, bro. This ain't a new page. This is a page I've been following for years.
She lost like 10 million followers in like an hour or some shit like that, and she just turned it off because she knew what was coming. Like,
listen.
You know,
it's her own damn fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was her own damn fault.
Well, look, you're not gonna never be forgiven. You're not gonna never be forgiven when you start calling people kids ugly. That's like she called Cardi B kids ugly, and I was just like, she's done.
Yeah.
Right there, she was done. Because no matter your fan base is mostly women, and one thing about women, they do not play about their fucking kids. So when she started doing that shit, calling Cardi B kids ugly, it was like the barbs was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, because it was like she called their kids ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's like a reflection.
Yeah, they started turning on her before the whole.
And she was getting that good white bread before all of that because she had the Barbie. She had white girls singing her songs all over TikTok, IG. Everywhere. She had them young teeny boppers going, dogs.
But that turning point situation was
a turning point situation.
Damn right. That was the nail in the motherfucking coffin.
Yeah, man.
To be on that stage talking about we black women, we don't need to be treating white women with blonde hair and blue eyes this way. Like bitch, nobody was talking about that though. You up there for some other reason. Why the fuck are you bringing that up?
So,
and nobody's doing that.
That was my point. Where did that come from? Because I'm highly confused. I'm like, why did you do that? What was your point? Where were you trying to go? Did you not read the room? Did you not realize that this wasn't gonna work out for you? Like, I don't understand what was her end game in fucking deciding to say that shit?
Here's part of a reason, because she would have never been invited. She would have never been allowed in that spot if she was not invited. So you got to cape for for who brought you captive.
Dan, who started that conversation? Period. How does that conversation get started?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the point I'm saying is again, if she didn't get invited and cape the way she did, she would have been like that Cat Myron from Fresh and Fit and looking at the club from the outside.
I mean, got in touch with whose people and said, you know what? I think Nicki Minaj would be good for this right here.
Well, even better. Erica KKK Kirk's husband done trashed this woman before. You know what? He ain't here no more. Let's bring her on stage now.
But that's what I'm saying. Who made that decision? Like, why was there even a call to invite Nicki Minaj to Turning Point? Like, where the fuck did that come from?
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think the orange guy is capable of making.
He's not making no call. He didn't even know about that.
Well,
Trust me.
they allowed her to make a turning point, just like that shooter who lit up the Turning Point USA, uh, uh, one of his college tour bullshits, and popped this guy in the neck. This one might have been top three of the controversies and stuff that happened in 2025. Top two, one and two is definitely the Diddy and then Epstein, but we're gonna get back to them in a second. But the whole thing surrounding Charlie Kirk, you know what I'm saying? Reasonable people, reasonable thinking people, we were still like, man, that's a tragedy. But oh well. Because too many people, and I'm sorry I'm saying it like that, but I'm saying it again like that. Because too many people were calling him out for who he was. He was a bigot. He gave off racist ideologies, but he made young white incels feel good about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it right that the man lost his life like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can sit here and say that. It could have happened differently. It could have happened differently. It was fucked up. It was a fucked up situation. But if you were expecting non-coon people of color to shed a tear, you could have, you forget that. Forget that.
We shed more tears for Hulk Hogan.
Not bare, well,
I know I did.
On this show, only Tyrone did, because you know how I gave it up when that happened.
Listen,
Y'all know how I gave it up.
I still stand on. I still stand on, and I'm always going to be on the soapbox of if a prominent hip hop artist says you say the N word, white people are going to jump on that, and I still stand on that. And so that's where I'm at.
But that was well after the Brooke Hogan phone call situation.
No,
yes, it was.
I told you.
Him hanging with Lil Wayne? Nah.
I told you they did the interview way before that, bro. I heard he was on Howard Stern way before that Brooke Hogan thing happened, bro. I'm telling you. That's what they brushed under the rug because they was trying to protect Lil Wayne. So they brushed that under the rug, bro. They didn't want Lil Wayne to get in trouble. The Carter 4, Carter 5, Carter 6 had to drop. They needed that Young Money. They needed that. Drake was coming.
Okay, well, I ain't nah. Well,
Dan,
rest in piss.
You said something interesting when you were talking about Charlie Kirk, like we wasn't going to shed a tear.
No.
This is the year where black people said this ain't our fight.
Dude.
The whole entire year, we was like, we not fucking in none of this shit. We are done. The whole year.
Now we're talking about 2025, though. Rest in peace to that young woman who lost her life in Minnesota recently.
Yes.
But it's sad to say, but this is now the George Floyd once again in Minnesota, and the irony that it happened blocks away from where George Floyd happened.
Wow, did not know that.
But yeah, they said it was maybe like 4 or 5 blocks away.
6 blocks away from where George Floyd happened.
Wow.
And I went to that site when I was in Minnesota. There's like not an eerie feeling, but just like you can feel, like it just felt silent, and you could feel the aura. But that was just a tie to your point, TJ. You keep going. Our name is Bennett, and we ain't in it.
Yeah.
But then,
go ahead.
You're a father, TJ. You're a father, right? Now, the reason why I was a little bit taken aback by the Charlie Kirk situation is because the way he died, right? And you got to think about the fact that his children are going to see that forever. Like, can you imagine being a child and seeing your father killed like that?
Okay.
I'll
give you that. Okay. I'll give you that.
No. Because Martin Luther King's children were alive when he was shot. Malcolm X kids was alive when he got.
But TJ, not only that, because when if his kids come to once they come to a conscious age of understanding information. The internet is forever, and to
Right.
see who their father was documented all over the internet, unless they are raised to believe the same thing, they are also going to learn how and why their father ended up in that situation.
And
I don't know.
TJ, that visual of that shot.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Them kids, Malcolm X
That
kids
was
ain't gonna
crazy.
never see him get shot. Them kids are gonna see that. Kids are gonna teach, other kids. I'm sorry to say this world is brutal, but when they become teenagers and they get to that age where kids is gonna be beefing with them, that's gonna be pulled up. That's gonna be pulled up on YouTube. Ain't this your daddy? You know what I mean? Like I feel bad for those children in that situation,
But,
bro.
all right,
kids is ruthless, boy.
You're always
all
going
right,
to see
so-
that kids are going to pull that up, bro. I'm telling you, they are.
and it's sad. Again, we can't stress enough that regardless of what we thought of the man politically and his views, it was a sad situation. But is it not just as sad to see your father spewing hate rhetoric and getting paid for it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like y'all said, I said it on the last show. My dad, asshole, but that's my
He's
dad.
still your dad. He's
You know
still
what I
your
mean?
dad. Still
And
your
so
dad.
for us, yeah, we look at it like fuck it, but for them, that's your dad. And so
No, true indeed, and there's no disputing that. This is just conversational back and forth. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I can't sit here and say you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But it's
So-
just that you got to weigh both sides of the scale on this one, and you know what I'm saying? Like the kids, if the kids are going to see that eventually if they have not seen it already.
But you
And it's
also
going-
know what the kids are going to see? The way that this whole thing was handled. The WWE style memorial with the fireworks and people coming out and giving tributes and all this crazy shit. And how their mom moving in the background.
Flags at half staff.
You know what I'm saying? And all this other shit, ostracizing, making this man into like a saint, godlike figure. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. So, like, yes, this whole Charlie Kirk situation from the time that bullet hit his neck to right now has been crazy. Absolutely crazy how it was handled to now. Like,
dude,
even her taking over the whole turning point is crazy. Like, everything is just the math ain't mathing nowhere across the board with this.
We just asked the question: who heals faster, her or Wolverine?
That was
because,
crazy.
like you just said, like the goddamn, the fucking sparklers and pyro indoors at all of these events to display her and debut her. Post more, like
it was more of her coming out party than it was a funeral for Charlie Kirk.
Dude, I just opened the show giving condolences to the loss of a loved one of my wife's, and there was none of that at her memorial last night. None of it. There was music.
Nobody gets that.
It's ridiculous.
One day, one of them kids is gonna get grown, and they're gonna look at Erica Kirk, and they're gonna say, "Mom, did you do it?" Because that's the vibe it's giving me. It's like, damn, did you do it? Did you have something to do with it? Like, so them kids are also gonna be able to look at their mom and go, "Hey, something ain't right with how you move."
Nah, them kids are gonna be in therapy until they're 45, bro.
You know what I mean?
They're gonna be in therapy for a long time, man,
TJ,
and probably on some drugs on top of that.
TJ, if they grow up as regular human beings, there's not no way they're not gonna look at that mom a little funny, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna look at her a little funny.
How could you not? How could you not? And then the way they caught the shooter and everything, is this guy really the shooter? The way everything is up for grabs here, man. Everything. You can't believe anything at this point. You can't believe anything at this point. The only fact that happened was the man died. How he died, how he came about,
why he died, the reason, all of that.
Who really did it? Why is she being pushed out into the public less than 2 weeks after the man passed? All this other stuff is crazy, man. It is
was your boy Super Luigi was that 2025?
I was going to that next, because you want to talk from somebody who was hated to somebody who was actually celebrated.
Yep.
Luigi Mangione was another controversy of 2025 that, again, it was, this one was
you know what?
That was the vibe.
What's crazy is this dude might walk.
Right, because because he got some great lawyers on his team.
But the Luigi, that whole fucking case, bro.
The Luigi situation, for those who, just to catch up, anybody listening later, remember he was accused, went on the run, was found in Pennsylvania after killing the head of a major healthcare organization. And like TJ said, like, this case is, I believe, now going, and is very well looking like they're probably going to charge him with something just so he don't fully get away with it, TJ. But
haven't we heard anything about this trial? He's been to trial like 4 times already. Nobody's saying nothing. Where the Republicans with their outrage about this dude dying? There was more outrage for Charlie Kirk than this dude dying, which is insane. Which is insane.
It's all about the brand, man.
Right.
One thing I know is government don't like to have egg on their fucking face. So,
well, this is where it's going. This is where it's going, Ty, because they're quiet as church mice on this.
No, because I'm saying whatever they charged him with, if his lawyers or whoever gets him off of that, I think that they're just going to sweep that under the rug, bro. Because anything else, it's going to be egg on their face. It's going to be egg on their face, bro. So I don't think he's going to get charged with nothing. I think they're not going to come back and do like, oh, he didn't get the murder charge, but let's get him on some conspiracy shit. I think they're just going to let him go away.
You know what, Tyrone? The day he walks is probably the day we invade Greenland, because they don't want nobody to know about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this administration has been had egg on their face. So it's not something they're not used to have. You know what I'm saying? Like they keep fucking up, and we keep seeing it. Even this knucklehead this past week, he was in front of all the oil execs, and he gets up to talk about, oh, my ballroom over here. You know what I'm saying? Then I don't know if you saw the tape. Rubio slides him a joint note, and he reads this shit out loud.
To read out loud.
And Rubio's face was like, "What the fuck did you do that for? Like, why did you say it?" It was priceless. You couldn't AI that shit. You couldn't make it up for anything. It was comedy, bro. This dude, I don't know, maybe he's really starting to lose it, and they're just trying to ramrod everything through before he goes completely dementia. But I mean, you're saying egg on their face. The Justice Department used to be something of respectfulness, right?
Yeah.
Because when they had your ass, they had your ass. When you had a subpoena or you got indicted by the DOJ, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
There was no wiggling your way out of that. This is a different time. They still got the chick in Virginia who wasn't even appointed as a proper state attorney. And she's still trying to try cases. And the judge is like, why are you here? Why are you here? Like this being embarrassed is nothing for them.
Dude, like we literally had somebody at ICE detained that was a legal police officer in our country. Like, how the fuck is this dude illegal if he's a police officer?
So
We'll go right there. We'll go right there with the ICE situation.
Yeah, circling back. But so if Mangione walks, like, is it really egg on the face? Or is it just more incompetence from the administration? Like,
so explain to myself and the viewers and listeners why this guy might walk.
Because they straight OJ'd the case, bro. They went from having the weapon to not having the weapon no more. They can't find the notes he left. A bunch of evidence has been butchered. The guy wasn't read his rights properly when he was arrested. It's just a litany of basic shit that should have went down that didn't go down. And the lawyer's like, nah, That's not admissible. This is not admissible. You have to walk all that shit back. They won't be able to retry the case after this bullshit is over because they fucked it up so bad. They dropped the ball. Okay, they got so excited of nabbing this dude that they forgot what basic ethics and routine and protocol was. It was like, fuck it.
It's
We got him.
because
He's bagged. Let's go.
it's TJ. Is because they are all about the show. Let's remember, our president, this president, Donald J. Trump, is a showman. He's not a politician. Though, yes, he's technically a politician, but he's not a politician, and it shows on a daily basis. He is a showman. He's about the flash, the flare, the big pop in the story. Just like the moves that they've made with ICE, straight almost day one with his bullshit. And Christy Nome just on TV the other day can't answer questions the proper way when she couldn't, when Jake Tapper was saying, "Oh, so if law enforcement is this okay that law enforcement was attacked and was it justified for them to shoot?" With the whole thing
Well,
that happened in Minnesota
January 6th.
and
Yeah.
comparing it to the January 6th, but whatever. I only brought that up to bring her up in this whole ICE situation. And they started off the year with the biggest case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia and
Right.
how they fucked up right away. They thought they had a big one. They thought they had Agra and all that bullshit. When no, they had a guy who I believe already had his green card, was already a legal alien, legal citizen within this country, but snatched him up just because he was
had the
from,
wrong
I think he was
tattoo.
from
He
El
had the wrong.
Salvador.
Yeah, that
And
funny
yeah,
tattoo in his hand.
and then they started bullshitting the tattoos. People were freaking photoshopping the MS-13 on his thing, or saying that, oh, this is what those things meant and things like that. But this guy, he had gotten into trouble years ago where that case was already done, sealed, and closed, but it wasn't a legal matter that should have gotten him deported. And the way they showed it as far as this administration and talking about the courts like we did a minute ago and how they don't listen, judges from several places was just like, no, he needs to come back. Y'all have to bring him back. And what did they do? They slow dragged their feet in bringing the man back into the country. He finally made it back, but then they tried to nab him on some other shit just to try to make themselves look right.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try to make themselves look right. But
This is somebody's life we're talking about, man.
Exactly. And that was the first major fumble that let us know how this whole ICE situation was going.
They did
And
the same thing. Go ahead.
And so much so that they snatched up, I think, a Vietnamese guy or a Philippine guy who was a legal citizen and fought for the U.S. military.
They don't care, man.
Wow.
That's why I've been saying this administration is, if you're brown, you're going down.
Listen, they did the same thing to that dude in NYU, and they had him sitting in a Louisiana prison for like 4 months.
Columbia
But
University.
Columbia University. But if you really want to start how the government has been fucked up, we just got to kick it off the way the year started last year with Doge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Doge came in like a bulldozer, like what did she say? Like a wrecking ball. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
If you want to talk about fucking up people's lives, that completely fucked up people's lives. Government employees. You was nervous for a minute there.
Yo, I had to live through that shit, man. It was nerve-wracking. Friends and family calling you every week, finding out what's going on, and yeah, man, it was bad.
And let's remember, Doge was created for waste, fraud, and abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And who are the only people committing waste, fraud, and abuse? So much so, you can have it, Tyrone, after this, but so much so, your boy in the FBI, Kash Patel, was using the government fucking plane to take out his girlfriend on fucking dates and go to UFC fights. This nigga just also recently said, fuck these Chevy cars. Oh, wait, we're all about America. Let's remember that. But fuck these Chevy cars. We're going to all black X5s, BMW X5s. Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Fraud, waste, and abuse.
Talk about it.
But black pilots, but mainly black women were the victims in Doge cuts. But fraud, waste, and abuse.
Yeah. My thing is like, what Elon Musk, that whole situation was like, why? Like, just why? I still don't understand where this dude has any, like, anything to do with our politics, our government, or anything. It was just like, that didn't make sense at all. And so I don't know. I was just thrown off.
He did it because Trump was going to ensure his contracts got bought.
Yep.
And that was
the name
main
of the
reason.
game was just to tear things down.
Yeah.
We see Linda McMahon right away also.
But
destroying the Department of Education.
And how can we not? And my thing is, how do we not understand what's going on when this dude was invited to Saturday Night Live? And I'm like, Saturday Night Live is putting on Elon Musk. This dude is not funny. This dude is a nut ass dude. Like, why would we ever put him on Saturday Night Live? So I knew something was fucked up about that. And then he gets on there and fucking wreck shop. And I was just like, I knew something was wrong because this dude don't belong on Saturday Night Live. He's not somebody that you know what I mean?
Yeah. But here's the thing. All those cuts they made didn't amount to nowhere near the amount of fraud they said there was.
Nope.
They only found $180 million allegedly.
They would said billions. Of course, your man's like, there's billions of dollars.
But he was
wasted.
and end of the day, he was out of there as fast as he got there, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a joke.
But what they've refused to say, the way the billions and trillions of dollars was wasted, was in the defense budget. The Department of Defense couldn't get audited because they didn't know where the money was at. They lost $1 billion, dogs. How?
Yeah, how?
Who's living? I need to know who's living, bro.
Which that's another shit show within this whole Trump administration. This Fox News host Pete Hegseth, and again, assisting in aiding and conducting all of these war crimes so early already in the first year.
Well, wait a minute.
Why are you blowing up boats in Venezuela? You're blowing up Venezuelan fishermen.
But
they bombed Nigeria.
I think we shouldn't say blow up because it almost downplays what happens. They completely obliterated.
Right.
There was nothing.
Not even to laugh, but
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to laugh about it, but they made it to where no evidence. We don't want any evidence found. And then if God forbid there's survivors, no, we need to double back and finish off the job. Like, I don't know,
AKA the double tap.
The double tap.
Oh, because what about when your man called every general and every major and every colonel from all across the planet to tell them we're changing the dress code and cutting beards? You think these dudes got time to sit there for that?
They did. And then they just looked at him.
Yeah.
There was no rah-rah. There was no high-fiving. He thought it was going to be the big rally. He thought it was going to be, and they look at him like, yo, you a joke, dude.
Yeah.
He thought he was cool. He thought he was cool using the FAFO to silence. To fucking crickets.
Yeah.
To fucking crickets.
And that whole beard thing, that was a straight stab at us. You know what I'm saying? That was a straight stab at us.
No, them white boys rock them beards crazy too, though.
Yeah, they do. But the majority of the guys that were rocking beard profiles, that had beard profiles, were us.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the brown ones as usual.
Yeah,
but when he was doing the FAFO, he found out who the real ones were because they wasn't on that rah shit. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
nah,
saying? Like,
nah.
You know what's crazy
And
about the beard profiles? I had to get one, right? And it took me so long to get it. And I'm serious, bro. From my chin, from under my lip, all the way down to the bottom of my neck was Nestle Crunch, bro. Like it looked like a Nestle Crunch bar. And they still was like, you still gotta shave until your profile comes through. And I'm like, yo, I'm literally fucking shaving over bump. It's bleeding. It's like, I'm like, yo, like, come on, man. Like, you cut me some slack. I mean, I'm telling you, from the bottom of my lip all the way down to the bottom of my neck was like,
that's crazy.
Look like a crunch bar.
And when you look at the rabbit hole conversation, excuse me, behind that, it's because it was another silent attack at black folks.
Yeah.
Because of that, because we get issues with razor bumps and things like that, they think that could be a detractor from getting more people in that look like us, and they think that they're going to get more white boys.
He damn near said he wanted more people to look like us. And then he fired the first woman Navy, the woman who's going to be the first director of the Navy SEALs before she even got the job. They let her go because he didn't even want women rocking like that.
Yep. It's because what they think with the military and this country, they think that it's supposed to be 1930s to 1950s. It's all white men doing everything, running everything.
You know what, Dan? Honestly, if they want all the white boys in there, I don't have a problem with that. You
Go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
I'm not doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when the next war comes, I hope it'll be like in the South Park with the black shield. It'll be the white shield and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just send them boys out there.
That next one might be sooner than you think.
I can't even talk about it because when I told all of my homies that I was going to the army, they were like, "What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" And I said, "I'm staying out of prison. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying out of prison, dog." Like,
right?
Best decision you ever made. Best decision you ever made, sir. But yeah, man, it's like there's so much stuff that this administration is doing. Look how much stuff we talked about in the first hour and 20 minutes. It's just been insane, bro.
Dude. And it's the first year of this newer version of the administration.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the shutdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to admit that I was wrong. I was wrong because when Trump first got his first election, I said, this man didn't want to be president. He ran as a joke and he fucked around and won, and he didn't mean it and all this and all that. But for him to come back, get reelected and do the shit that he was doing, I was like, oh man, I was wrong. This dude had an agenda. This dude wanted this, and I had to eat a couple of real films.
But here's the difference between his first and second terms. His first term, we had more people in his cabinet with common sense. All right. This second term, he made sure he cleaned all that shit out. There was going to be nobody to tell him what he could and couldn't do. He has nothing but you ever seen a video of when he does a round table with his staff and cabinet? They're all kissing his ass. It's praise day.
They all have orange lipstick on.
Oh, you're the best president ever. This has been the best time ever. Everything's the best, the best. How can everything be the fucking best? It's impossible to be the best everything all the time. Like,
and once again, TJ, all of this is to cover up the GOP, the guardians of the pedophiles, because of them goddamn Epstein files. Because of them goddamn Epstein files. And once again, 2025 showed us a lot more detail into the Epstein situation, like the letter that he wrote. And then I'll just fast forward it to the 2,000 plus or 2 million plus other files that was dropped before the end of the year that all got uncovered by people from the internet because your redaction mistakes showed the intelligence of the people you hired. That cost, I believe they said it cost over $800,000 in work to redact some shit that people literally copied over and was able to pull the text from. Yeah.
I
All them
just
black bars were in proper redactions. People were able to just you copy over the thing and it grabs the letters behind the black bars. And
But
people were pulling out the actual text from these redactions.
that doesn't that just sum up the administration for you? Just half-ass.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
the whole
Half-ass, stupid, and they don't care. And so all of this fighting that's about to happen
My thing
is
is,
because they got to keep this. They want it. They're doing all of these wars, all of this bombing, this attack on oil. Allegedly, now we're going to protect Venezuela because why? Because we're going after the oil reserves that they have. That allegedly, even the oil billionaires and tycoons over here, are like, yo, we don't want that. We don't need that. We're going to do it anyway. All to cover up the fact that it's about the chickens are about to come home to roost on this motherfucker.
but here's my only issue with this whole Epstein thing is that I watched the Filthy Rich documentary years ago, and I did my podcast episode on Epstein years ago, and this dude was arrested. There were people that were arrested for bringing young girls to him, and he literally kind of got the government to agree to close the files up and not arrest nobody else as long as he did his time. And then they gave him 2 years on all kinds of charges, and then they gave him work release. This man's a billionaire. Why the fuck does he have work release?
Yeah.
And then that protected everybody. So now I'm thinking that all of this time with the Epstein files now, the government is covering up the Epstein files because they know that back in the early 90s, they protected all of these people. They let this man
100%.
a protection
100%.
order, and they can't go back on it.
You just reminded me because I watched that documentary on Netflix. Not only he protect them and he's paying everybody off, they are also guilty of doing the shit that they were protecting them for. So the main reason they're covering is CYA, cover your ass. Because all you have to do is say, oh, word, if I'm going down, well, we all burning in this motherfucker. But back to my point, they are just doing the most half-ass effort in thinking that we're just stupid enough to not take it to go down the rabbit hole and deep dive on this shit. For the Epstein files, for Doge, for ICE fucking up. Every time we go down the rabbit hole and be like, nah, this is not supposed to happen. This is it's we done it by the book, and they just sweep it, broad sweep it to the side.
But a large contingency of his base voted on this dude on the hope of he promised to release the whole thing. And now, like Tyrone said, egg on the face. Now a large contingency of this MAGA base is realizing, holy shit, we got the white baby eggs on our face right now. They got nut on their face now because they done took it to the face. They done took it to the face.
You know, first of all, right? I to go back to the documentary. I see the documentary on Netflix, but I'm like, yo, the shit is so. It's the documentary just came out, but it's outdated because so much more shit didn't happen. Like that's why I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna watch it. But it's crazy how like you said, his constituents was, oh, you know, we want these Epstein files out. Your boy Cash Money was the one that was like was saying, oh, if I was you know. No. He didn't say if I was head of the FBI. He said the head of the FBI has the files on their desk, and they refused to release it. Right now,
Pam Bondi said she had it on her desk and she was ready to release it now.
Yo, it's on. Like, how many copies of this fucking files is out there? You know, everybody goddamn.
And now he runs the FBI. Pam Bondi is where she's at, where they have the leverage to do so. But now all of a sudden, oh no, they're fake. Oh no, I don't know. I don't think we have all of them. I don't think we we might not
The
have that no
best
like
the best
the
one
fuck out of
was
here.
he was an informant. The best one was he was an informant.
I've heard that.
But
I've heard
here's
that.
the
You
other
know,
problem.
here's my thing, right? I mean, you want to be on the right side of history. Me, the hell with money. Just release it, right? That's what I say. But then I happened to watch this. I happened to watch a reel a couple of days ago. I think it was Godfrey that pointed it out. Ghislaine Maxwell's pops owns the fucking McGraw-Hill textbooks.
McGraw
So I
Hill,
can't
yep.
even say, the school books will tell us all about this 10, 20, 50 years from now, because it's not. It's not going to be in there. So what the hell, man? We're still going to lose. We're still going to end up getting the shit under the stick.
Here's another part of the problem. Oh, because you brought it up. How much has happened since then, right? So
Right.
they put this man in the early 90s, and he protected all of his homies, all the people that was in the Epstein files, he protected them, right? So now, when they go back to the Epstein files and they go, hey, this happened in 97, this happened in 2000, this happened, all of the victims since the early 90s, the government are going to have to say, hey, we caught this man early. So every victim from the 90s all the way up till now is a result of them not doing their due diligence back then. So that's also a reason why it's like, yo, we can't release this because we're going to have, it could be, I'm saying it could be hundreds of thousands of victims since they caught this man up until now that the government is literally going to be 100% responsible for. Because
Yep.
Tyrone, when you saw the documentary, you know how many people ended up missing in that documentary, dogs?
Wow.
It was more than 20, bro. And it was reporters, cops, and victims, bro. Nobody was safe. Everybody was getting bodied.
Wow.
And you know what was crazy? The one girl, I didn't know until later on in the documentary, when that girl was sitting there all that time saying, I brought girls to Epstein. I would sit by the pool. I would bring my friends there and sit by the pool and wait till they were done. I would get paid to bring high school girls to this man's house and all that. And I'm like, why is she not in prison? And then I realized at the end that Epstein made that deal. But I'm like, this bitch is on here talking about it, proud of it. Sitting there proud in the video saying how she brought her friends to this man's house to be molested.
She knew she was safe.
Man. But how do you have that much conscience? Like, she didn't even black herself out, dog. Like, I don't want, like, you got family, friends, people are looking at you. You don't give a fuck.
Here's the bottom line, right? This dude is a billionaire, right? A billionaire. That motherfucker was untouchable. Period.
Until he wasn't. Until he
wasn't. But that man had enough fuck you money to say and do whatever he wanted. He bought an island, bro.
How untouchable he was. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of prisoners in prison begging and doing everything they can to get on that work release detail so they can get outside. Just to be outside.
Yeah, this dude was going home on the weekends and doing wild shit.
And a billionaire got work release. If I'm in that prison and Epstein got work release, I'm snapping the fuck out, dog. Like, he don't need no release for no fucking work.
It goes to the same thing, right? Like, because you're a cop, right? You have to abide by a certain amount of rules. So you get a certain amount of leniency for breaking the rules or something like that. But when you get caught and you've caught being done something illegal, you should face the harshest penalty out of everybody, no matter what you did. Because you know why? Your job was not to do that. And they gave you a gun, a badge, and privilege for you to handle that. And you said, you know what? That still ain't good enough for me, dogs. I got to take some off the top for myself. Whatever the case may be, if cops were prosecuted to the highest degree, they should have a special set of laws for cops. Oh no, this nigga's, you know what? Cops got to go in the bear den. Now they got to fight silverbacks or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like the highest level because you have a certain set of privileges that are awarded to you. It'll make people think twice about being a cop or if you are a cop, you're going to be the straightest and narrowest, or you're going to be following the rules to the degree you need to be following them with.
And
And we
TJ,
talk.
as a parent, I said the same fucking thing about teachers, bro. Because as a parent, you got to send your kids to school, and the only line of defense that's in that building, the only people that's supposed to protect them up in there is the teachers. You're trusting these teachers to educate your children, but you're also trusting them. They're like the babysitters. You're trusting them to take care of them. You're trusting them to protect them. So I feel like any teacher that's involved in any kind of pedophile shit should get like double the penalty.
Death penalty. Yeah,
you know
it's
what
just
I mean? It's like, because it's
Well,
wild that
somebody
children to you, and you're the only parent, so to speak, the only line of defense I have for my children. So I'm like, a teacher doing some pedophile shit to me is like the lowest of the low, bro. And having access to all of those kids.
Some people would say the same about the last controversy, the Diddy controversy. How many people were trusted in how many people entrusted themselves in launching their careers through that man?
Dude.
And the documentary came out. We all know some would probably try to think it was nefarious means, aka because 50 bought the information and all the video and all everything because Diddy didn't want to pay. But it wasn't nefarious.
Funny, Dan.
It was business.
Funny, Dan, if Diddy did what Epstein did, we wouldn't be talking about Diddy.
We said that. And we said that. But man, like the whole Diddy trial happened. Tyrone followed it, the trial case, and we saw the documentary end of it, which again, the documentary, it didn't inform us of anything new. I think that was one of the things that we were trying to stress home, Tyrone, and it wasn't a comparison situation of trial versus documentary. We knew these things happened. The documentary felt important because we saw the faces of the players. And it just added to the trial of, oh, so this is who they're talking about. So that's who they're talking about. And for me, the first face that I got to see out of that trial was the Punisher, because he was featured on Godfrey's podcast damn near once the case was over, because he was friends with the guy Dante Nero, who's on the show also. He's friends with him. He knew him from the stripping days, and he brought him on and he talked about his role in the situation. But the Diddy trial and documentary definitely took over 2025 as a whole.
It damn sure did. And like you said, you know what? And it holds a little bit more meaning because we like grew up with this dude. Like, me and him was almost the same age. Like I went to school with his baby's mom's Misa. Like it's just so it's not like you watching it from afar. You're watching it from afar, but you're like, we was around this, we weren't in the same like crazy circles as him, but we was in the clubs over there. You know what I'm saying? We was at,
we grew up through his whole rise.
Yeah, his whole life was in front of the camera. So it's just like, it was weird to watch. It was weird to watch. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew and you heard things, but then now you see it's like more matter of fact. It's like, so this shit is true now. It's like more like solidified what you thought or what you heard from other people, basically.
If you think about it though, right? Like, yeah, I get it. He was a monster. We get it. I think no one's debating that. But as I said when we first spoke about it, if he had done right by these people and paid everybody, but they were supposed to be paid, there would have never been a documentary. You know what I'm saying?
There would have never been a trial either.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I still think that the Ciroc arrangement had something to do with it. I think that's what led to
the beginning of the dominoes falling.
Yeah, the dominoes, exactly. With Cassie, the Cassie video and all that. So that part might have already. Well, yeah, it would have happened. It would have happened. Well, but yeah, if he had done right by people, for one, there would have been nobody would have done this documentary. You know what I'm saying? Craig Mack's wife and with the whole $100 and Mark Curry, and the boy and the
Lil
producer.
Rod.
Yeah,
Lil
yeah.
Rod.
Little
What?
the boy who didn't know who didn't know he
Which is
liked
a
the
The boy
man.
who
crazy
didn't know
name
he knew him
when
too much.
you think
Yeah,
about when you
exactly,
think
man.
about it after talk about I woke up sore the next day. Like to
What?
have the name Lil Rod is AO right now.
What?
Yeah, very AO. I would
What
have been
up,
that. I would
Tyrone?
been that first train smoking. First of all, like you went to work after that? Like, nah, bro. You can't
What?
tell me you ain't like it. You
What I
wasn't getting
find,
paid.
what I find to be so egregious to me is that Diddy was burning people over chump change. Like Day 26 put out one platinum album, right? He could $1 million could have cleared all that shit up with them. And Diddy was a billionaire. $1 million is chump change to him. And then to find out that Kalina asked my man for $5,000, $5,000. To Diddy is nothing. And he was like, nah, baby, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Like $5,000, you can't give somebody who made a platinum album for you. Like that was the thing. It was like Diddy, these people wasn't even asking for a bunch of money.
You know why?
And you still turned around and asked them for help.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you're going through this because you fuck people up over stuff that I would give a bum. Like I give out more than that on the street to fucking homeless people, and you stuck to your guns that bad over chump change. In reality, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my whole thing is there shouldn't have been a trial because you charged Diddy with things that you couldn't convict him of. You charged him with a RICO, and his whole RICO team was the victim. There was no RICO because all of his workers, all of the people that were the gangsters, all of the people that were involved in the criminal activity was the victims. So you couldn't charge Diddy with RICO without charging Cassie, without charging the drug dealer, you had to charge everybody. Diddy did not run a criminal organization. Diddy used his victims to commit crimes. That's what he did. And so I was like, how are you going to get this man on a RICO? You cannot, because you would have to charge Cassie. You would have to charge all the people that's testifying to the RICO were the people who were doing the shit for him, which literally made no sense.
True indeed. But that case definitely shut down the black space for a little while. Not shut it down, but it had us active. It had a lot of people active.
And not to say that you guys was comparing, but like I said, I followed the whole trial. I watched it. I watched everything that they allowed. I watched all the reporters. I followed the entire trial. And when I say that, I don't understand like Marlon Wayans and all of these people and everybody that came out and said, oh, 50's kicking the man when he's down in that documentary, he should have did it and it was so terrible. And I'm just like, the trial was 100 times worse than anything that was mentioned in that documentary, and nobody cared. But as soon as 50 puts out a documentary, we want to talk shit, we want to say don't kick a man when he's down. I'm like, no, kick the shit out of him. Because that trial was the stuff they said in the documentary wasn't even like nowhere near as bad as the shit they were saying in the trial. So I'm just like, how is this egregious? But what this man actually really did in real life is not. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get that
right.
at all.
Because again, the trial for me, I mean not the trial, but the doc for me, it just put faces to the players, to a lot of the major players.
Yeah.
Of course, the trial the trial is the trial. The trial is the details and whatever details they had amounted up to having to conduct the case. Of course, it's going to be worse than a documentary. Of course, it's going to be worse than a documentary.
Yeah. The other thing that I found extremely disturbing, as a father of, I got all girls. I got 5 fucking daughters. And as a father of daughters, to see Diddy's daughters come to that court every day and listen to that shit, and to have them go to the judge and ask for leniency for him after these young ladies listen to what he did to these women. I don't understand that at all. I would never.
It's a hypocrisy. It's a hypocrisy for you. It's like you heard what he did, right?
Yeah.
And that ties back to what we said about Charlie Kirk and his kids when they get older. Because again, if you want to think of them as possible logical thinking human beings, we're gonna sit back and think, damn, my dad was like that. But then again, we see what their mama's doing, so they might be being raised like, yeah, what their dad did was okay.
Do they
And so
disown the whole family when they get older? Like, how does that work, bro?
Nah,
right.
they're gonna be raised. They're gonna be raised in that ideology. So they're gonna be lockstep with what's going on now. You know.
Right.
I don't know.
And not saying
what?
Diddy's daughters are going to be that way. I'm just bringing it up on the comparison of we have kids of an older age who've witnessed and seen what their dad went through or was told a certain thing in the household in a certain light, and they're of age to be able to be like, nah, dad, like you're saying, Tyrone, like how could these kids stand by when it comes to stuff like that? But it's like, nah, dad.
Diddy's daughters went and pled for leniency. So
right.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
Like you said, Tyrone, like you said earlier, it's their dad.
Yeah.
Right.
But
it's their dad, man.
Listen, man.
At the end of the day, it's their dad.
I've done some shit, and my daughters know about the shit that I've done. But certain shit, man, I would just tell my daughters, go ahead on and leave me alone. Don't even You don't have to worry about cutting me off because I'm cutting you off. Because some shit you just can't come back from. Like, I don't understand.
We ain't going there. We ain't going there.
I would expect my daughters to be like, yeah, that's still dad, but I would expect my children to cut me off. I would expect it. I would never act like that, but I would expect it. I totally would expect it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, again, we're talking, like you said, daughters. Like, most of the violence was against women. Well, and men in this case, too. But most of it was against women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would expect them to not. You know, my wife would be the first one to, and then my daughters would probably be in lockstep. And I would say, rightfully so, if I was that level of a monster. I'm not.
I just want to put a quick side note out there that if Tomlin keeps his job after what I'm looking at right now, the NFL should be investigated because this shit is a joke.
They getting whooped now?
It's 30-6.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, man. I'll take Tomlin as head coach and Rodgers as quarterbacks coach, man.
No. You're going too far.
Well, that perfectly segues us into a decent year in sports. I know good year for me because my Philadelphia Eagles capped off in a fucking wow. Again, top 5, not number 5, 4, 3, or 2 defensive performance in a Super Bowl. The LA Dodgers pulled off one hell of a World Series.
True indeed.
Who else won out there in 2025?
The Pacers lost to in a game 7 against OKC.
Yes,
where there was an injury away from maybe possibly upsetting OKC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks had a phenomenal year as well. We can't just like gloss over that. I mean, it's the first time. And like, you know, I don't
Tyrone, this fucking guy.
I'm trying to find phenomenal.
He got. See, we left him alone because he got Nick's orange on right now. But we didn't need you to take the coat off because we could see you.
Losers.
Go back to the dashiki background you had, bro.
Mediocrity. Losers would call what the Knicks had a phenomenal year. So I'm not mad at it. Y'all, it was phenomenal for the Knicks. You're right. I
Yeah, we're not the Lakers, bro. We don't
We
have
won the cup. We
17
won the cup last year. We won
Yeah,
we won the tournament cup last year.
yeah,
I mean,
Oh, fact.
good. Congratulations. I'm
so I
proud of you.
mean, I know you're not proud of your Lakers right now. You know what I'm saying? The past few years, or I mean, even your Redskins last year had a phenomenal year. You know what I'm saying? They went further than what you expected them to go.
Absolutely. And now I think
I
that
mean,
they
but
should
that was a
have.
mediocre season, though. Still, you know what I'm saying?
What was a mediocre season?
For the Redskins, I
It
mean,
was
for
not
the
mediocre.
Commanders,
They went to the
it was
NFC
mediocre.
Championship game. How was that mediocre?
That was mediocre, bro. I mean, the Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals. How's that mediocre?
Because they're a mediocre team. When Washington's mediocre.
And the Commanders are not?
The Commanders have won, bro, in my lifetime. Three Super Bowls, okay? There's a difference.
No, there isn't. When's the last time the Commanders won a Super Bowl, bro?
92.
1980 what? 90 what?
Betamax was still active.
92.
All right. 92. And before that?
83.
Yeah. But they won another one in between there too. So they won 3. All right. But
Hold on.
I mean it was a mediocre season for the Commanders.
What was the hold on. Where was the 3? It was Mark Rippon and Doug Williams.
Doug Williams.
Joe Theismann and Doug Williams.
Joe Theismann won because he won with John Riggins.
Yeah, that was 83.
That was 83.
Oh, so
back before
before freaking the video game crash of 87 or 86 it was.
They won in 83, 88, and then 92.
88 times 7 straight.
I didn't have any expectations for Washington. I didn't think they were going to be good. So them going to the NFC Championship was way above expectations. Whereas coming into that season, the Knicks were on a high horse.
We weren't expected to go to the conference finals, bro. They weren't.
We talked about it on a weekly basis.
Listen,
I'm not expected to go to the conference finals.
I'm not calling the Knicks season last season mediocre. I'm just saying the Knicks overall is mediocre. Their season wasn't mediocre. It was great.
Now you missing the words now.
Y'all can celebrate. What I'm saying is that for me, I can celebrate the NFC. I can celebrate the NFC. No.
Speaking of the U,
goalposts moving.
No, I know that, but throwing up the U, forget all that. Throwing up the U, they vindicated me slightly by beating Ohio State last year to knock them out the playoffs. And now the U is going off to the national championship game.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, growing up, I was a Florida State fan. I sat and watched Deion.
You picked the wrong team.
Charlie Ward, sat and watched Peter Warwick. You know, then I shifted over towards Ohio State. So, okay, the U, I always hated the U. I respected them. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything they brought to college football and to the culture and everything. But it's like, God damn, all right, man. So, all right, this is your year. And what's crazy is that they're playing at home.
I loved it. I loved it because I hated Ohio State, part because their uniforms replicated my high school's uniforms. So I disliked that. And then, 2001, Maurice fucking Claret.
Yeah.
And at that time, I had a homegirl, shout out to my friend Lynette. She was going to Ohio State at that time, and I was just like, you know, and she used to say like fucking Maurice Claret really was walking around that campus like he was the biggest shit in the fucking world. But the U, I've always been a fan of the U. I developed a fandom for LSU later in life because, as I always say, LSU was one college that used to randomly send me mails like saying, come to check out our university. So I grew a liking to that because, hey, you showed interest in me. But I was always a fan of the U, and it felt good to see them beat Ohio State last year to go into this year's playoffs.
I don't know, man. Indiana is steamrolling cats, bro.
And all right, and so now that's my thing. So now Indiana, I don't like Indiana, right? Because the head coach just comes off way too cocky for me, right? He makes Nick Saban look like a fucking saint. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude Signetti, man. I'm like, God damn. Like, yo, we
And this is
know
like
come
his
next
real
year.
coming out party this season. Like,
Was that?
I said, this is like his real coming out party this year.
But come next year, then nobody's gonna remember Indiana. They're not gonna have the
Right.
They're not gonna bring back the same team next year.
Right. Half them team is going pro, bro. And that defensive line is crazy.
I mean, they put a whooping on Oregon, and I can't stand Oregon because I feel they're a bunch of cheaters any goddamn way. So, you know what I'm saying?
You was happy with that result.
They cheated against my Ohio State last year. So I anytime they lose, I'm all for it, man.
I love Indiana only because that coach is cocky. That's right up my alley, bro. I feel like if you got it, you flaunt it, you spit your game, you talk your shit. That's what you do. So
take
listen,
that.
When you out here busting ass, you gotta be nice. You ain't gotta be politically correct or none of that. You get on that podium and you talk that shit, bro. If you walking it, you can talk it if you walk it. And they walking the shit out of everybody. So yeah,
they are dog walking this shit out of everybody in the playoffs.
I don't mind it at all.
Well, we'll see because
I remember
that 18-year-old running back in Miami right now, that boy is fucking balling.
Hey, when Cam Newton when Cam Newton that 1 year was running the score up and Carolina was acting all cocky and doing that shit when they ran the score up, yeah, he had to humble himself when he didn't want to get that fumble in the Super Bowl. But before that, he said, listen, if you don't like it, stop it. And that's how I feel too. If you don't like it, do something about it. Until that fumble, then I turned my head, act like I ain't know Cam. Turned on him real quick.
As my name says with Tyrone, it was all good just a week ago.
Celebrity overnight. That's how you are, Tyrone.
It was all good just a week ago, and it was all good just an episode ago. But this was a good one, man. I'm glad we knocked this shit out finally. Yeah. Late night. 2025 for me, again, it is what it is. But we made it. We here to 2026. On to bigger and better things. Hopefully, this year, events that I've been planning in my brain for the longest, finally come to fruition this year to make us, it's going to put HHDG and the Star 5 on the map, especially within this culture of hip hop. But yeah, man, 2026, I'm already, especially because of my mental health journey, I'm already off to, I think 2026 is going to be a lot better because I think, I just know 2026 is going to be a better year than 25, y'all. But we done. Oh, you know what to do.
Yes, sir, man. Great show, man. I love it. We even though things could have been better for you, man. We showed that 2025, man, was eventful. I guess in a bigger picture and with this whole Diddy and Epstein and all, it was fun to rehash that again, man, and share our thoughts again and different views, and so yeah, that was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to another year with y'all. Like I said, I know this year's gonna be better. Yeah, man. Shout out to the listeners, shout out to the viewers, shout out to my boy Jamal who's not here. That's it, man. Pass it off to Tyrone.
Yeah, 2025 was good, man. Just like I said, I had some lows, but when you get down, you can only go up, right? And 2026 is starting off cool. NFL playoffs has been fire. Speaking of fire, I want to see what happens with the boy tonight. He didn't want to take Shador. He didn't want Shador Sanders, right? He wanted Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, they're going home again. 0-7 in the playoffs. 0-7. So if Mike Tomlin keeps his job, then 2026 is going to be a little sad for me. But it's like no. Yeah, man.
0-7 in the playoffs, but with a more recent Super Bowl than the
And I got
VHS tape.
not more recent than hardball. Anyway, I finished my screenplay and I finished another book,
Nice.
and I'm hoping to get both of those out this year. And I'm very confident in our future too, man. I don't know. I just feel like we're gonna get something accomplished this year with this podcast because we better than a lot of them podcasts that I'm watching, bro. And it pisses me off a little bit, but it also says like we got something that we could work with, and we gonna get it. I feel that way. TJ?
Yeah, man, we made it through a lot of bullshit through the first half of last year. In the middle, even at the end, it was crazy. But like, if it's not affecting you every day, just go out there and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's my mindset. Like, if it ain't physically affecting me mentally or fucking up my pockets, and I can still go to work and make my money and pay my bills, I'm good. But I'm a big believer in manifesting what you want and putting that shit out there. So like, I mean, to all y'all, man, if you whatever you want to accomplish, just go out there, put it out in the air and go and do that shit. Go get it. This year started off pretty good. I can't complain. I was on the beach, so I hope to end the year the same way I started it, same way. So yeah, man, it's been good. We've been rocking out for a few years now. I love you guys, and looking forward to what the future holds, man. Like, dude, we are a tight group here. We solid. I can't front on that. We solid. As much shit as we talk, we solid, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
like Ice Cube.
And I love that. I love that. So, you know what? It's the first few weeks of 2026, and nothing crazy's happened yet. So I'm just looking forward to maintaining the ship and keep pushing, yo. That's it.
I'm glad it's crazy has happened, just not to us yet. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah,
Crazy has happened, but not to us yet. And thankfully.
that's right.
But also too, we'd be remiss if we didn't give big shout outs and thank you to our brother Jared over at Hooks Rubs and Spices, thehooksrub.com. With that discount code, 20% off using that code STARTING5. He put out an amazing fucking hot sauce this year that I'm still sitting on. There's like a quarter left in 2 bottles that I have left. So the re-up is going to be coming in a few weeks if he still got them. But yeah, man, shouts out, big shouts out to Hooks Rub, and much success to that brother in 2026 and further and beyond, because he's got a great product and he stuck by us and stood by us with this great product also. So we definitely choose to stand by him. Plus, again, the black man in Utah needs to know that he got support all around this country. Being up in fucking Utah. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
But again, big ups to all of us, man. Big ups to Jamal. Again, freaking
Word up.
working his ass off because he has to. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to UTJ and all the travel. Big ups to Tyrone working again. The layoff and the vacation was strong, but you back, brother. You back. You back in them cold streets like you want to be. And big up to O. Thankfully, not being a part of the government shutdown shit. You know what I'm saying? He had he had an essential employee job. Remember that label, essential?
Essential.
I was essential at one time too. Now I'm just a fucking pawn to write tickets for the fucking city. But shout outs to Zoran Mamdani also too. We forgot to bring that rehash up because of all the outrage that he caused in other states that he ain't governing. Shout outs to the MTA for ripping us off some more. We're raising the fucking fares.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Shit product.
Yo, funniest shit was, I think it was on TikTok or it was on Instagram. I see somebody, he was shaking the fucking pole that was disconnected from the top of the train, one of them, the grab poles in the train. And he was like, this is what I'm paying $3 for? This is what you making me pay $3 for? Look, I bet. Yo, this shit was hilarious, but he shake, and everybody on the train is dying laughing because it's like, yo, like O just said, You make us pay more money for shit product.
Mhm.
I gotta pay more. I'm probably paying more money per toll for a fucking bridge that's always fucking a level. One of the layers is always closed. You
Yeah.
took away toll booths, yet there's still fucking traffic going over the bridge. Make it make
Right.
sense. But we're not here to do that right now. We're just here to say peace. And hopefully we should be able to see y'all on the weekend back at our properly scheduled time.
Please.
But until then, we'll see y'all. Yes, sir. We'll see y'all at the end of the week.